I ran a TBC dungeon, the Underbook, 100 times, and here is everything you need to know about it. Let's go. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Underbook. It's another Saturday. It's another dungeon clean out, or not a clean out. It's a dungeon run. I'm gonna run you through the dungeon, the Underbook, which I've already done 100 times, but now we're gonna do it one more time where I show you guys the route. And at the very end, we're gonna show you guys the loot that I've got from the place in order to see, well, not in order to see, but to see how much gold I've made and what you can expect from this place. But before we actually jump into the run, let me just, I can't do this. There we go. Let me just show you guys where it is located, because it's a TBC dungeon. So it's in Outland, of course. It's in here in Sun Gamash, I think it's called. And then you can see it right there. But you actually need to go down a sewer, or like a water pipe line thingy, here in the middle of this structure right here in the middle of this lake. And then you come down into a big room, and then there's actually multiple ways you can go. But for the Underbook, you go to the far right, and then you come into this dungeon, this place, as you can see it here. So yeah, without further ado, let me just run the dungeon, and let me talk you through what you can expect from this place and what you can get from this place. And yeah, just sit back and relax and enjoy. I'm just gonna spit out information about this place. But yeah, basically, this is a TBC dungeon, which is one of the better ones. Actually, the Underbook is one of the better TBC dungeons, because the Transmog pieces, if you follow some of my other videos about the classic dungeons, you know, depending on what dungeon you do, there's a lot of good transmog pieces in the classics dungeon, but in the TBC ones, it dwells down a lot. The amount of transmog pieces from TBC dungeons is lower, a lot lower than the classic dungeons. However, there's a lot of good materials that you can get from the TBC dungeons that you can't get from the classic dungeons. Some of them you can, but not all of them. So there is a few materials that you're going to get in here. I have already received some of them in this run here, but I'm going to walk you through it. As you can also see here, the adamantite deposits, you will get a lot of these throughout the run. And with that, there was also the mode for Earth of Mode, Mode of Earth, I think they're actually called. But besides that, you can get lucky to get corium veins instead of the adamantite ores. I think I've been pretty lucky with the amount of veins that I've gotten in this in my 100 runs here, so that's pretty good. But those are two minings that you can get. Besides the mining, you can actually also get modes of life, which you get from these big ones, and also I think you can actually also get from those. But all the mobs that I've just killed so far, you can actually get the mode of life, which can then be turned into primal life, which is pretty decent. You are going to get a few, as you can see at the end of the video. Yeah, you are going to get a few of those. And if you are, you can actually see I got some there. You can't see my loot because of my webcam, but I actually got some from that mob right there. Whoop, I almost ran off. But also, if you're getting the corium vein, you will also get mode of fire, so you can make primal fire. So there is a few primals that you can get in here, and you're also gonna farm in, or you're gonna get them here, and you're gonna keep them. And you're actually gonna make a decent amount of gold just from those alone. So that's why this is one of the better TBC dungeons, because some of the other ones, like let's say Hellfire Ramparts, you are not going to get materials because there's no minings in it. You can't get primals for any of the mobs. So you're not even going to make gold from materials. But in this place, you are actually going to make some gold just from the materials itself. And also in this particular one, there's actually some flowers that are used for quests, which you're also going to make some gold on, depending on the prices on your server. I can see the prices on my server is pretty decent at the moment. So it's gonna help me a lot from for this video. But yeah, that's basically what makes this a better TBC dungeon than most of the other ones. Actually, most of them you can get some kind of materials, some more than others, which this is one of the better ones. But besides just the materials, there is also the transmog pieces. You can see some of them are popping up here. The block scale, which is a decent set. But basically, there are a few pieces that are gonna be decent, but mainly you are looking for like the big ticket item that you want to farm for, that you want to hope for, is open world drops. More specifically, the epic patterns or plans for different professions, like the Fell Steel Longblade, which is a blacksmithing recipe that obviously gonna allow you to make the black steel of the Fell Steel Longblade, which is going for a lot of gold. Or you can also sell the recipe. I generally always learn the recipe and then yeah, craft the transmog itself so I can sell it, because eventually you'll after you've sold like, I don't know, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 50. I don't know how many you need to sell for covering the cost of the recipe, but eventually you will be making more gold from getting like selling the transmog piece that the recipes or the patterns and teach you. So generally speaking, that's the most important. If you are not into crafting transmog, I guess you can sell it, but you will only get the one time sale, and that's it. They'll have to farm it again or buy it for be able to craft it. But as you see, I've finished the last boss there. After you finish that one, you can just jump down, and then you can actually run out and reset it, run back in. However, you can't sell in here. There's no vendor in here, so you will have to go to a vendor at some point. I'm obviously a druid, so I use my dream walk. There's a little tip here, because if you use the dream walk in here, you will get to your dream walk. You can mount up, you can sell, you can do whatever, you can reset. You can use the dream walk again to get back to this place. However, you're gonna be spawning out here at a graveyard here, so you have to run all the way down. So what I will tell you to do is actually jump down and jump out of the instant, even though you have to sell, and then use your dream walk, because that just allows you to actually spawn right here where you use it instead of spawning out in the graveyard. It's gonna save you a bit of time. So keep that in mind. Don't use your dream walk inside the instance. Actually run out and then use it, because then you can go out, you can sell, you can reset, then you can run back in. But here we are. I'm just gonna sell off all my stuff that I've received from that run. And I actually got another one of these, so we're gonna keep that. But here you can see this is actually everything that I've received from my 100 runs. Now 101, because I've done one more here in the video. And let's just go through the materials first, and then let me show you some of the transmog afterwards, because I did talk about the materials first. But here they are. I mean, I said a flower, but I guess it is a flower. This is used for a crest for a reputation in Satrat City, I believe it is. So this 10 to sell. You can see the sell rate is on it. Is pretty decent. I got almost 1,800 of these, and they are 13 gold a piece. So if I hover, like if I have a shrift, I don't know if it's with you guys as well, but if I press shrift, you can see how much a stack is worth. So 2,500 is a stack. So what we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. Almost 20,000. Oh, actually, that's my math is off. Actually, every fourth is a 10,000. So 10,000, 20,000, 22,000 in just the flower here. We got the adamantite ores. You can choose to craft these over together with these one, and then actually make like no, actually it's the fell iron. Then you can make like fell steel bars if you want to do that. But yeah, we got almost 1,000. Actually only 707. I got some on another character. 707 of these. Only about like 5,000 for these. We got these ores here, the purple ones. There's 8,500 on these. We got the Curium vein, which is a bad price on my server at the moment, but that's 15,000 there. We got some living essence, only 600 gold here. It's used for a lot of crafting, so you could just hold on to them. Not the most expensive, but they're used for a lot of crafting, so that's decent. Primal Earth is not the most expensive either, but 1,000 gold in those. We got 63,000 in Primal Life. Actually, a little bit more, 64. So almost 170 of those, which is pretty decent. Prices on my server is pretty high. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, there's a lot of gold there already. At 3,000 in primal fire. Sorry, 3,000 gold in primal fire. So as you can see, I can't do my math quickly enough, but there's probably a bit over 100k down there in just materials alone. So even though you did get nothing, even though you don't get any transmog at all, or even if your transmog you're getting is not selling, you at least will have like about 100k in just raw materials, which will sell. These materials are sought after. They are always used, or they used a lot for a lot of crafting transmog, so they will sell. Maybe not the flowers, but at least these mining materials will. Not mining, yeah, well, mining and primal lives and stuff, they will sell. Trust me on that one. So that's pretty decent as of just that. But then I got a lot of transmog here, as you can see. So let's walk through it, why I've kept it, and what I'm expecting more of them, I guess. Because I have some head pieces here. These are the ones that I'm calling fisher hats. I don't know why. I just see because a fisher hat is probably like the straw hat, but I see people like just sitting at a lake, just fishing, and have this hat on all the way down to just block the sun. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I call these fisher hats. You can probably use them for a lot more, but I call all these styles of hats fisher hats. But they only 1,000 gold. The only reason why I'm keeping it is 0.02 sell rate, which is pretty decent for Transmog. Most Transmog has 0.01, which is the lowest. So even just having 0.02 is pretty decent. Again, with these, you saw I got one of the other ones, like doing the run. 1,800 and 0.02 again. This is kind of the same principle. It's not, well, the price is decent, but 0.02 sell rate is decent. This one here, nothing to it. It's not really that interesting. It's not that expensive on my server at the moment. I have just sold one, well, fairly recent, 2 months ago, for 2k. But this is 0.03 sell rate, so it's even better. So that's pretty decent. Some more blood scale gauntlets. There, yes, I said I have a blood scale waist as well. And I believe I have both pants and wrist as well. I got the chest as well, but the prices on it was just too bad, so I didn't keep it. But I have hands here, which is almost 9,000. That's decent. 0.02 as well. Blood scale is just 0.02. Sell rate on all of them, I think. 5,000, 0.02. 6,000, 0.03. Kind of slot marks pants there, but we'll take it. These pants here is again 3.02, so that's why I'm keeping the sell rate. I might not sell these, I don't know, but 0.02 sell rate is decent. We got a weapon here, which is 3k, which is I don't know if I like it, but some people might do. It's, well, not 3k, it's 2.3k. I got 6 of those. This little axe there. I got a 200 axe here. Which is only 1,000 gold. I might actually just delete this one because it has no sell rate as well. So yeah, I might just delete this one. But 1k axe there, 4k axe here. There's a lot of variants of this one. I think there's a yellow and a green and a blue one as well. But apparently they also have a decent price on them. This is 4k, so I'll obviously keep that. Got a staff here, which is pretty. No, what? Which is pretty damn boring if you ask me, but it's 7k, so obviously I'm gonna keep it. We got a pole arm here, again just looking like a spear. It's 8k, decent, I'll keep it. We got a sword here, which is, again, there's a lot of variants of this one. There's different recolors of it, but it's quite popular, this kind of sword here. 2.2k, 2.2, 2.5, I can't read. 2.5, that's decent. 15,000 for this sword here. I think the price on this one, on my server in particular, is false. I think it's worth less. But if it's 15,000, if it's selling for 15,000, I'm definitely gonna keep it. Before we go to the bows and the guns, I'm actually gonna show you some of the other ones, the blues. because these are actually the most interesting one, the bows here. But I got some recipes. I think that the gel crafting one is not gonna sell. Gel crafting is so bad from previous expansions, unless you get like recipes for pets, I guess. But generally speaking, gel crafting recipes is really bad. Never sells. Engineering, it could be better. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be that interesting as well. But both of them is like almost 5k. This is 4.5. This is 5k. So I'm gonna try and sell them anyways. But generally speaking, they don't really do that well. Then I got a pattern here, which is not one of the top expensive ones. It's not one of the best ones. This is a decent one. I mean the crafting material, or the what you call it, the crafting item that you get from this recipe. I mean, I have it already, and I've been crafting it, and I've been selling it a bunch of times. So it's decent. The prices on my server is bad for this for the recipe. But it's not, again, one of the most expensive one. The next dungeon I'm gonna do, for next TBC dungeon I'm gonna do, you will see a good one, but a recipe decent. I'm gonna try and sell it because I already have it. So yeah, onto the blues. This head piece is a 7.1k, decent. Shield for 3k. All right as well. I got this staff here. I was about to say offhand, but it's not. It's a staff, which is 5.5. Is all right. I got a dagger. Not a daggers. What? I got an axe here, of course, which is 2k, but 0.02 set rate. Pretty decent looking, I'd say. And then I got a chest piece here, golden bronze chest piece. I got 3 of them for 3k. This again might go down in value, and if it go down to 300 gold, which is the market value, I'm gonna delete this piece because the sale rate is not that great. But to the good pieces that I've got, I got a bow here. So boring. There's nothing to it really, but apparently it's 36,000 gold, and 8 people has it on the auction house on my server. So I'm gonna try my luck and see if I can sell it before the other ones. I got a gun here. This is pretty good looking, I'd say. No, it's decent at least. It's not amazing, but it's decent. 15,000, which is all right. I got a crossbow here, which is 65,000 gold. So that's interesting. It's not that great looking, I'd say, so I don't know why people would buy it for that much, but well, if it sells, it sells. And then I got this one here as well, which is basically the same as this one, just different recolor. But this apparently is 75,000 gold, which I have no clue about why it is so high, but apparently it is, and if it sells, it sells. But yeah, that was what I've got. Not the most interesting pieces, as you can see. Yeah, I didn't get any amazing pieces. These are just all random transmogs. I mean, the blood scale set is a decent set, so hopefully that will go off fast. And obviously the materials are good, but the transmog pieces is not that great. Yeah, I wasn't that lucky on transmog, but you probably not gonna be. It's TBC dungeons. They don't really have that much transmog piece to offer, except for a few specific pieces. But anyways, I have a macro that will show me the market value of everything in my bag. If I were to sell it right now, how much I would actually make. So let's press this macro and let's see. It comes down to, well, just short of 450,000, which is gonna be 45,000 an hour, which is not great. It's not amazing. I definitely had better runs and better dungeons, I'd say. But 45,000 an hour, it's okay. It's more than what I aim for. I aim for around 40. If it's below 40, it's bad. If it's above 40, it's good. So 45,000 gold an hour is what you can expect around that area. Expect for this this dungeon, the Underbog. But yeah, that was basically it. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. go over to twitch.tv and follow me as well on there. I'm doing live streams multiple days a week. You can see my schedule. I have the schedule over there. I'm gonna leave the link in the description, of course, so you can easily find it. But I am just called Little Fix over there, as well as I'm called here. So it shouldn't be too hard to find me. But yeah, that was basically it. Stay safe out there, and enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.